Yes, it's Friday. It's not Saturday. It's Friday. But it's Saturday in Japan and in Australia too. Yeah, right. Getting Ray used to being one day ahead. One day ahead, Ray. Get used to, like Steve said, getting you used to Australia time. Yeah. No. Today's Friday. I know it's not Saturday, but life gets in the way. I had forgotten that I have a wedding to go to tomorrow in New York City. Actually, just outside the city in Queens, in Astoria, not Astoria, in Flushing, Queens. So I'm going to be tied up over there until late at night. And it's about 2 hours to get there, 2 hours to get back home again. So there's no way I'm going to get a live feed in. So we moved it up a day. Hopefully everybody had enough notice, enough prior notice. I put it out earlier today on the email, not an email, on the YouTube page, and I put it on aroundthelayout.com and actually on the layout Facebook page, and on the Quick and Easy Weathering Layout Facebook page. So it's not me being the wrong day again, like I was the other night on Paul's live feed. It's actually there's a reason why we're on Friday night. Let's see who's here right now. We got Steve, we got Ray, and I think that's it right now. Let's see, anybody else on? We have how many people? Why am I not getting the tally on how many people are on here right now? All right, wait a minute. Okay, we got it. All right, guys, thanks for joining me. Thanks for being here on such short notice. Again, this is Quick and Easy Weathering on a Saturday night, but actually Friday. But it is Saturday in Japan. All right, and there's a reason why I keep saying that, because tonight's what'd you say, Ray? It's not the hour. Many, it's who many, I don't know. So in honor of tonight being Friday, but it's being Saturday in Japan, our non-alcoholic beer is going to be super dry Asahi non-alcoholic. This is the most popular beer in Japan. It's kind of like their Budweiser. It's kind of like what Budweiser is here. It's not as bad as Budweiser. I don't like Budweiser. I never liked it. But this stuff is pretty good, especially when you drink the regular Asahi super dry over in Japan. I'm just looking at the label though. Now this is a Japanese brand. I don't know if you can see it. Made in Italy. Go figure. Well, Italy and Japan with two of the Axis powers, so. All right, I shouldn't probably say that, but they're very good allies now, right? So anyway, guys, thanks for joining me. Let's open this up so we can celebrate a Friday night or Saturday in Japan. As right now, it's a little after 12 noon in Japan. My friends in Tokyo, Sonny and Matt, they are probably eating lunch right now. Very good friends of mine. When I go over there, we usually go visit and stay with, and visit with them. So, all right. So, cheers on a Friday night, guys. Very good Japanese beer made in Italy. Go figure. All right. I got to turn this computer around a little bit so I can't see what everybody's saying here. Give me 1 second, guys, as I adjust. My makeshift stand here. All right. You got the part that ends in day. You're right. It's hard to get that one wrong. So how many is that? Who many? Why, you ask why? Try Azasi Dry. There you go. They gotta hire you as their jingle maker. Their Ray. Excuse me, I was a little beer burp there. All right, so thanks for being with me on a Friday night. We'll see how many people sign up. We'll give a couple of minutes to get everybody on. Did I buy anything this week? Let's see. Did I go? I think I went to, was it this week I went to Hobby Lobby? And I picked up a few things at Hobby Lobby. Pretty sure it was this week. I don't know. All the weeks are running into each other, so I did pick up, and I was talking to Steve about this during the week while we were talking, messaging back and forth. I picked this up. This was on sale. This is about half price. It was 50% off, so it was $5.99. With the 50% off, it's usually $10. So it's a set of 12 oil tube paints. So I might start messing around with these a little bit, in addition to the oil brushers. So I picked this up. What else did I get? And it's going to be hard to reach this, but I did pick up some nice specialty sponges. They are the real sponges, like you get in the wild. Let me see, just get in here real quick. I see it, here it is. Yeah. Nope, that's not it. You know, the textures on these are pretty cool. You can see the textures on here, and I think, especially when I'm trying to do some chipping effect and some rust spots on cars, it might come in handy taking little pieces off and dabbing them and see how it goes. We're not going to be doing that tonight, though. I put this back. What else did I get this week? I know I spent some more money in Hobby Lobby. I just can't remember what I bought. Did I buy? No, I didn't buy any brushes. I picked this up the other week. I don't think I showed this off. This was a Hobby Lobby from maybe a week or two ago. When I finally get around to do some figure painting, Steve, I bought this, the base, so you can hold pieces up in the air while you paint them, so you don't have to worry about holding on to them with your fingers. And I got the skewers with the alligator clips on the bottom that go inside this thing to hold everything up. So eventually I'm going to break this out and start working on some figures. Did you find the Gucci paint tray? Oh, paint Ray. Oh, that's Ray. I'm right. Yeah. I don't think it's called Gucci paint. What's it called, Ray? Yeah, Steve, that's why I bought all that stuff, just to get ready for eventually when you and me get together and do a little figure painting over the internet there. To see when I can get some time. It's been a little crazy this past 2 weeks. I'm going to be babysitting my littlest granddaughter for 2 days. Is coming up. So it's been busy. Grandpa's been busy the past couple of weeks. 2 weeks, about a little over a week ago, I spent 2 days with my 2 older granddaughters, watching them for 2 days, and that was but I was tired afterwards. But that's the whole thing about being a grandparent, is having fun with your grandkids. And the little one, who we got to see her again this past Wednesday, and we're going to see her next Wednesday and Thursday. She's just starting to crawl, and she's very fast, very fast. So this is going to be a lot of fun. The whole watching this granddaughter is going to kick it up a notch with her moving quickly on the floor. See how it goes. Anyway, yeah, let's see what else we got here. Corks with poster stickum, great for holding figures. Yeah, probably. I would guess so too, right? And tape maybe too. I don't know. But I saw this. I saw the thing with the alligator clips on the bottom. I said that's going to work out pretty good, I think. So we'll see. It's cheap. You know, you can get a lot of stuff, you know, cheap over in Hobby Lobby or Michael's. A lot of time you look in the clearance section of Hobby Lobby and you get some really good deals on stuff. So anyway, let's talk about what we're going to do tonight. Let's see if we get any. All right, we got 4 people. Whoever else is here, you want to say hi, say hi. If not, welcome. Thanks for being with us. Tonight's subject is going to be this Penn Central, Bowser Penn Central ballast car, ballast hopper. All right, it's an open top hopper. Looks like it might have been at one time an enclosed hopper, but maybe not. I think these, I don't know if these were modified from another hopper or if these were built like this. I tend to think maybe they were built like this, but it's a pretty nice car. I got another one. I think I weathered the other one at one of the clinics that it might have been up in Nerpum. I'm not sure. So that one's already weathered. So we're gonna weather this one too today. All right. That's I like these cars. Yeah, I like. I've been building up a little bit of fleet of maintenance away cars for Penn Central. So I got my eye on a couple other types of cars I might pick up for that too. So with the goal of eventually having a maintenance away train that I can maybe display at an RPM. So anyway, we're gonna not do anything too fancy tonight. We're gonna kind of keep it simple, going back to the original concept of quick and easy. So I don't think I'm gonna be fading the car. I will be grinding it up. I'm not sure how dirty I'm gonna make it. I don't have a picture in front of me, although I can pull my book out. Let me see. I have my Penn Central Morning Sun book, Maintenance Away Equipment Color book, color portfolio. So let's see if we can pull a picture out from one of these guys. Oh, here we go. Right in the front. So I don't know if you guys can see this. We're getting a little bit of a light shine. Let me move this light for a second so it's not reflecting off the book. So you can see right off the bat, there's a couple different shades of yellow here, and it's probably got a lot to do with the lighting outside when these pictures were taken. It could be that this car up here is faded and turned a little lighter yellow. Not sure. This one here is looking pretty new. That's looking pretty new. This is more of what the model that we're doing tonight. All right, 151. This one is 51656. This is 51651, so it's not the exact car. So it doesn't look like there's too much on that, but you would think. All right, here we go. This one over here, one number more than the number on my car, 51657. And it looks a little bit faded out, but that looks like a lighter yellow. But again, I'm not sure. And this car is pretty new, so it's pretty well painted. Not too much weathering on that. Let's see if we can find a couple more pictures. They've had a couple different styles of ballast hoppers. You can see this is definitely a different style. There's this guy. This guy's pretty dirty. He's been out in the field for a while. Okay, so not too much we can go by here. The one car that matches what we're going to do is looks pretty clean, this guy here. So we're not going to really use it as a reference. Really nothing to reference off of that. We're going to go by feel and by eye. All right, anybody else join us? All right, still got 4. Okay. So anyway, what we're going to be using tonight, give you a rundown. We'll start with the wash. Because it's a yellow car, we're going to be using, what's the number on my car? The number on my car is 51656. And the two cars that I found in the book, one was 51651 and the other was 51657. All right, so this one is 56. I don't know if you can see it. So, all right, so we're going to start out for our wash. We're going to use, let that focus, brown for German dark yellow vehicles. All right, we're going to use that. For our pigments, we're going to be using a mixture of Russian earth and dark earth. I already have some of that in the tray already. This is a couple of, from the past 2 weeks. I added some last week, I think. I still got quite a bit in there. So this is nice because you can leave it out, Just like I leave the rust out, even though I'm not doing any rust tonight on this, but I have that ready to go whenever I feel like I want to rust something up. So we have the Kursk soil for the side frame. And this is not a hard and fast rule using the Kursk soil for the side frame. It's like a lighter tan. And that's just like an undertone for the pigments. When you put the pigment on there, it kind of darkens it up. So any kind of a lighter paint, wanted like a lighter brown or tan or something, you don't have to go with the Kursk soil. You can go with a different enamel. But this is what I got. It's what I've been using. So this is why I keep resupplying myself with that. Works out good for me. All right. And then for our wheel sets, again, we're going to be using an acrylic. We're going to be using this Ammo by MiG Atom series acrylic rust. All right. It's actually a chipping rust. All right. But I've been using this to paint the sides of the wheels. It's acrylic. It dries quicker, so I can handle the wheels to pop them into the trucks. Right now, this has the original wheels on, and I like to go with the Code 88 fine scale wheels. So I'll be switching them out, and I'll be switching out the coupler sometime this week. I won't do it tonight. But these are the couplers that come with the car. They're like the number 5s. And I like the 58s or the I think they're the 148s, the scale, or the 158s, I think they are. Scale couplers, scale head couplers on them. That's just me. That's my preference. So, all right. All right, make sure we have our paper towel. And let's get started. Again, thanks again, guys, for a short notice for joining me on a Friday night, I'm sorry. Arigato, tomasai. Thanks for joining me. All right, so let's shake up some of this yellow. Hey, Ray, was it Tuesday night? People were showing us how the machines to stir the paint. I think it was. I got to order one of those things. Save me from doing this. Shake this up really good. I do have one of the Badger stirrers, but that gets a little messy. Plus, I don't have any fresh batteries in it, so. All right. Just drop some into our tray. And let's see, do we need to add a little bit more? Let's add a little more pigment to the tray too, just so we have it. So I don't have to do it midstream here. Knock a little of this Russian earth in here. And some of the dark earth on the other side. And we'll just vary that up so we have some variations in color of the grime on the car today. All right, let's push these off to the side. We'll leave this over here because we're going to need that later. No. I know you said you used the reciprocating saw. No, who was showing us? Steve, do you remember somebody? Maybe I got the wrong thing. I'm pretty sure it was the talk on Tuesday night. It's like almost like a cylindrical thing here. It's got a rubber thing in the middle. You put the paint on top, and it vibrates it in a circular motion. All right, thanks, Steve. Appreciate it. I was just trying to remember the name, you know. So I got it saved on Amazon. So I got it saved on Amazon. I'm probably going to buy one. Maybe not this one because I'm buying a bunch of Christmas gifts for my grandkids and stuff. So I'm spending a lot of money with that. So maybe December, late December, it'll be one of my own Christmas gifts to myself. But I'm definitely going to get one of those. So, all right. So let's get a clean brush. I'm not sure how this brush is. All right, this is good for starting with. All right, let's see. Okay, so we're gonna do the usual. We're gonna go across the top. Get some grime on the top. A little bit flow down the rib there. So you can see the capillary action kind of fills in the panel there. All right. Let's give it a couple of random streaks. We don't need too much. Get some on the ladder, on the bottom. All right. Let's wipe that off. Let's go back with a clean brush and blend it in. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, this one should work. Okay, all right. That's what I was talking about. The vortex mixer. I couldn't remember what it was called. It's a vortex mixer. Okay. All right. So let's just bring this down. Blend it in. All right. Gonna get some in here too. Can't forget the bottom of the car. So let's go back to this brush. Dip it. Get some of this wash in there. Oh, might have went a little heavy with it, but take some out. Go back to the dry brush and just clean out a little bit of that. All right, get a little bit more build up on the center. All right. Have another drink. By the way, I know I keep plugging my cousin's business, unleaded beverages. She does not sell this. You cannot get this through them. I found this in what is it called? Not H Mart. I found this in the Korean supermarket, H Mart. I know it's H Mart's pretty much all over the Northeast, so found it there. I will be putting in an order in my cousin because she's got some really good craft brews for non-alcoholic. So as always, I'll put the link in the description in case you want to bought her some non-alcoholic beverages. She also has non-alcoholic wines, non-alcoholic spirits. There's like a believe it or not, non-alcoholic bourbon. I've never tried it. I don't know if it tastes like bourbon, if it's a good substitute for bourbon or not, but you can go on the website and see what she's got. And like I said, tell her Cousin Ted sent you. I don't think that's going to get you anything, but at least she'll know that I've been advertising for her, because I love my cousin. She's a good person, and I want to help her out. I want her to do well. All right. So I can see some progress there already. It's just a light, not too heavy. All right. Let's go on the side here. Let's get some in the nether regions of this hopper inside there. The nether regions. Some on the ladder, on the brake wheel, on the stand. All right. Go and wipe some of this away as best as we can. It's hard to reach in here, as we've seen from other weeks when we've done some hoppers, especially these covered hoppers or partially enclosed hoppers like this one is. And I can maybe get in there, if you remember, we had bought these from Hobby Lobby. So I found this in Hobby Lobby too. Just to reach into these areas and just blend a little bit. It's not going to be that easy to see in there, so you don't have to go too crazy with it. As a friend of mine said, hey, before you build them, you might want to weather them. Well, this was bought pre-built already. It's a ready-to-run car, so I couldn't follow his advice on that one. All right, let's move over to here. The mixer will be delivered to you tomorrow. Thanks for the lessons. Oh, dude, you don't have to do that. If you're serious, you don't have to do that, please. I appreciate you. That's why I love you, Ray. In a purely platonic way, though. All right, let's see. All right, let's get some on these ladders, on these. Okay. Bring some of this down. You guys been watching? I know I saw Ray and I saw Steve on Dennis's live stream, his marathon live stream. So it's for a good cause. I'm going to try and get the link from him, and I'll link it on the page for people who watch this later on, who aren't watching tonight. Maybe they want to go and donate to Dennis's page for type 1 diabetes. Got a lot of experience with that. I didn't have it, but my ex-wife had it since she was about 10 years old. So I learned really quick about what diabetics, especially type 1 diabetics, go through. I know some people have type 2, which is, onset later in life. And type 1 is what you get, what used to be called juvenile diabetes. And it's no fun to deal with. But, I tell you what, I know Dennis could probably tell you, and I know my ex-wife, and who I'm very good friends with. We have a very amicable relationship. She would tell you too. It's so much easier these days to manage the type 1 diabetes. They have these monitors that they wear, she puts it, I know dentists does, so I think they put it on their abdomen, and it constantly checks blood sugar level, and then sends the information to the insulin pump that they're wearing, or that she wears. I don't know what dentist is. And it regulates how much insulin gets injected in. So it's almost acting like your pancreas. So it's pretty cool. So, all the money that's been put towards juvenile diabetes research has culminated in some of these breakthroughs to help people with that disease or that condition live a pretty normal life. As normal as can be, I know we watched Dennis the one time on his live feed go have a little episode. Ray was talking about that the other night. And luckily he caught it, and he was able to have something to eat and bring his blood sugar back up again. So, all right, let's see. I'm going to wipe a little bit more of this away. These sponges here are very soft, so they give away. So these are good for doing light. Sometimes you need a little firmer sponge. So these other sponges that I have, these are a little firmer. I just want to get this little bit of buildup down here. I want to get rid of it. I don't want too much on the bottom there. All right. All right, so we're not going too heavy. You can see that. Let's go to this end. Get the wash in there any way that we can. We're going in between these pillars, for lack of a better name. And start bringing some of this down. Let it build up on the ladder rungs and on the top of these course members here. All right, let's go in with the dry brush. All right, cool. All right, not too crazy. Awesome. All right, it's going quickly. All right, so we got to build the side. Let's see, let's start with light to dark. A little bit of dark too. Mix that in there. Get some into the shoot area there too. Shoot. Kick some up. Kicking up from the track. All right, can you guys see that? It's a little harsh and it's hard to see on camera. I might go with a little bit more. Add up a tiny more here. All right, there we go. Get some in the ends here. Oh, it's a little wet in there. That's not good. Let's get in there with the sponge. A little wet inside there, so it's turning into paint, which I don't want. So I'm gonna clean that out. We're gonna let that end go for a little bit. Let's do the side first, and then we'll come back to the end, give it time to dry. Okay. Now let's dip some in the dark. Some spots along the side there, put some in the chute. Go back with the light. And when I'm talking about light and dark, this is what I'm talking about. Again, with the powders, the darker shade is the Russian earth, and the lighter shade is the dark earth. All right. So the Russian earth is actually darker than the dark earth, just as a reminder. Kick some up on the end here. Kick some up on the end. Kick some up from the bottom. Yeah, gonna add a little bit more. Go in with the sponge a little bit. So I'm seeing a little bit of brush streaks. I don't want to see no streaks. Clean it up with the sponge, blend it in. There we go. All right. All right, let's just give a look inside there. See, I can see it wet in the corner there. See, I'm gonna get a dry brush. Poke in there with that dry brush, just to get some of that excess wet wash out of there. So it doesn't turn the paint, doesn't turn the pigment into paint. All right. So I'm just working it in there. Blowing the excess out. Get in there with a little sponge. I think I inhaled a little bit of paint pigment there. That's not good. Get me blowing out Russian earth in my snots. I don't know. Okay. Blend that in a little bit. And yeah, a little bit more. Maybe the lighter stuff there. No, that looks better. All right. Let's go to the other end. Any wet spots in there? Yep, I see some wet across the top there. Again, I don't want to have it wet. I don't want to turn the pigment into paint. So again, you want everything a little bit damp or sticky, but not wet. So tacky. You want it tacky. Tacky like me in my three-piece suit. Okay. All right, that's looking pretty good. I guess we want to get a little bit in here too. There we go. All right, cool. Wipe a little bit out of there. Let's take a look at this side. All right, that's looking good. Maybe just a little bit with the sponge. Use this little guy. See, depending on how I'm turning it in the light, I'm looking to see if I see any streaks. I don't want to see streaks, at least not brush streaks. So wipe away a little bit there. Not too much. I don't want to lose my weathering effect. Let's check this side. Yeah, this side's better. This side. Let's get a little touch up here. I think I've said this before. Sometimes the more you fuss with something, the worse you make it. So let's sit it down for a second. Let's get the tops here done. I've been contemplating on how to weather up this ballast load without covering the top with some of my ballast. Anything about it. I might try and hit it with a little bit of lighter color pigment maybe, but we'll see. I'll have to look in my box and see what I got. Well, first let's go give these a little wash across the top here. I'm assuming Dennis is going to be going all night. Is he doing 24 hours on his live stream? I feel a little bad cutting into his time, but I'm sure he's got a lot of people watching still. So, I mean, am I going to be able to turn on 2 o'clock this morning and find Dennis still up? Doing whatever project he's working on? I had somebody ask me, I think it was Paul. Paul asked me the other night, you turn on the chat body like Steve or like Ray or now Paul, you can see who's talking and who I'm responding to. And it's right in the, when you first start up the replay, you should be able to click right on the see live chat feature. I showed Paul how to do it, so he should be able to read right along what's been going on with the chat as we're talking here. So, okay. Let's wipe some of this away so it dries a little faster. I'm gonna let this dry just a little bit before we go back with the sponge. Yeah, I thought about like just hitting it with a little bit of wash. Dry brushing some wash on there. It's kind of changing up because it's got that plastic look, you know. Let's see. I toned it down a little bit, but all right. Let's see what we got in here. Our tray of washes. I don't know if I ever showed you guys this. This is top tray out of my Harbor Freight ammunition box that I'm using as my weathering toolbox. It's pretty good. It's working pretty good as that. So I say it's my ammo box, ammo, washes, paints, and pigments. So keep my ammo stuff in the ammo box. All right, let's see where I'm looking for North Africa dust. This is a paint pigment too. This might be a little too much cream colored though. It might not work good on the ballast, but maybe we'll drop a little bit on there and see how it looks maybe. What's the worst that happen? I just pop the load out and make my own load, which is what I usually do. So, all right. So let's go in here a little bit and spread some of that out. Took on some of the shine off of that, but a clean brush and clean some of it away from there. And you can see a difference. Yeah, jury's out on that. Not sure how that's gonna play out. I'm pretty sure these loads pop out pretty easy, like all the other Bowser stuff. So, all right, so we get that little chance to dry. We're gonna go back with our sponge, clean some of it away. All right. Maybe a light touch of grime on top here. Didn't think to get the inside of the car a little bit. Bit of wash. Blend it in a little bit. light colored grime inside. Just to make it dirty inside too. Especially inside the hoppers, of course, carrying ballast around. There's going to be a lot of dust and grime buildup on the side, on the inside. Although you're not going to see too much of the inside here because the ballast load's there. Nostril weathering? Yeah. I'm weathering the inside of my nostrils. Got to snort a little bit of pigment fixer to fix that pigment inside my nostrils. All right. All right. Going with the clean brush. All right. Okay, main part of the car is just about done. Let's give it a look around. Inside looks nice and grimy. Outside, inside there. That's hot. All right, let's move on to the trucks. Hey guys, cheers again. Okay, before we move on, I don't know if anybody saw the update from last week, but I did a little bit of work on the top of the RS1 during the week. I made a short about it, and I think I showed the short. So a lot lighter patina rusting effect I went with on the top. I got rid of some of the heavier stuff that I did on that, and went with a lighter. So in person, it shows up a little better than it does on camera, but this looks a lot better than I think what I ended the stream with last week. So a little more happier with that. All right, so let's go on to the trucks on the side here, and then we'll pop some wheels out. Let me get those out of here now, because we're at least gonna do the wheels. I'll do the couplers another night. And get four wheels, 4 pairs of wheels out. Again, these are the Code 88s. And let's paint these up real quick so they dry before I try to pop them out of the thing here. In fact, I probably should pop the wheels out before I do the trucks. So maybe I'll do that real quick. Thanks, Steve. Appreciate it. Yeah, I think it looks better. A little more subtle. I think it was a little bit too garish or garish looking to me. I wasn't happy with it. So anytime if I change anything, I'll try to do a little update during the week. So that's why I put the little update out the middle of the week this past week, showing that. And you want to hear something funny? I'm looking at the statistics for the channel. I put the short out on this one, but most of the videos that are out, they probably got maybe close to 100 views. This thing got over 700 something views in a couple of days. I don't know what people were clicking on, what they thought it was. One guy made a comment, said he thought it was a Glock. So he probably clicked on the video thinking I was doing something with a Glock, but handgun, Glock handgun, but yeah, they are. I mean, you know, YouTube says that's how you build a channel. You put a bunch of shorts out and people get interested and maybe, you know, join a channel. But you're talking about something that's like a minute to 3 minutes long as opposed to sitting through an hour of a live replay of a live stream. So I try to take a little snippet of one of the live streams, or I do a separate short. So that seems to be working out. So we'll see what happens. All right, so let's drop a little bit of this rest into the dish there. We don't need too much. There we go. Let's paint up our wheels before we do anything else. So our little swizzle stick brush out here. And if you remember, we just go into wheel treads and just spin it around like so. I watched some guy weathering a Penn Central gondola today. Gondola. And he airbrushed everything. But to paint his wheels, he put it on tape, and then he had on a jig, and he went through a whole bunch of rigmarole just to paint some wheels. And really all you got to do, small little brush like this, paint the inside of the wheel, and voila, that's it. You don't have to clean the treads off or nothing. So to me, that's a lot less hassle. All right, so let's get the rest of these done. In fact, this might be a good idea for a short. Show people how you paint some wheels very quickly. Give it a little spin there. That's two more to go. Stay there, little feller. Okay. All right. One more side and we're done with this. Okay. Okay, let's put this off to the side. All right, I think I'm going to pop these wheels out now. Make the side frame a little easier to work with. And pop the other wheels in, and then I'll paint the side frames. So I'm not handling. Anybody's interested in some Code 110 wheels? All the wheels I replace, I save them. Anybody could use them. I'll send them to you, or if I see you, I'll give them to you in person. They're metal wheels. They're the ones that come with the cars. I just don't like the wider tread. If I was to show you my track work, I don't put large openings on my turnouts as far as where the flangeways are. So Code 88s look better and work better on those turnouts. And those turnouts are fast track turnouts that I built. So there you go. Put up the last one out. Let's put this over here. This one's being stubborn. There we go. All right, let's pop these guys in. Okay. So Ray, I think I mentioned something the other night. I popped in on Heath's live stream for the first time ever, Wednesday night. And his chat, you know, the chat that's going on, they're hysterical. And he goes right along with it. It's just that they just bust his balls, something fierce. We had a lot of fun with that. So I think I'm going to be tuning into Heath's Human City Junction live feed on Wednesday nights from now on. He was doing something with his time saver switching layout, and he was hooking up a brand new system to it or whatever, and we're all taking bets how long it was going to take for the magic blue smoke to come out. Yeah. But you're right. He's got some setup there for his live stream. Oh my God. Multiple cameras. He goes between cameras. Look at me with my one little lonely little iPhone. No bells and whistles here. We fly by the seat of our pants. Although I've been watching tutorials and stuff, and I even investigated some streaming software. Although I don't want to pay for it, so I got to find a free one. But let's see. This way maybe I can put some piano music in behind my live stream like Dennis does. Or maybe not. Maybe I'll go with a heavy metal theme. All right. Okay, back to what we were going to do. We're going to work on our side frames. So let's get some Kirk soil. Where did I put that? Right here. Shake it up. Yeah. What do you think, Steve? A little Ozzy in the background of my videos. I'll never get monetized though. I'll get copyright strike probably, right? I'll have to get an Ozzy-like free music maybe. I'll have to search some of the open source music that you can use without a license. Okay. Let's drop a little bit into our tray. Okay. Put that off to the side. And here we go. Let's get the brush we were using before. This one good. All right. Dip off the excess. We want it to go on too thick. So I'm trying to think of when I'm going to do Paul's car. And do Paul's car one night on the live feed. But we got till April. I don't want to wait till April though. Get the car to you, Ray. Hopefully up in Amherst. So I've got to do it before January. So I was thinking maybe I'll do it one of the early December live feeds, maybe. We'll see. I know there's no rush on it. So. Yeah, elevator music's no good. I used to work part-time for a company that did technical work for one of the supermarket chains in the area, which is Wakefern. Ray probably knows the ShopRites. There's a bunch of ShopRites up in Connecticut. In fact, a bunch of those ShopRites in Connecticut I helped open up. And I used to do that on the weekend as a part-time job besides teaching. And you'd sit in those stores and you're helping out the guys in the bakery department. Remember, again, I'm a pastry chef by trade, baker by trade. You would teach people how to do stuff, or you go in and just lend a hand when they're short-handed. And that's all you would hear is that elevator music the whole damn day that you're in there. It used to drive me nuts. These days, I'm noticing they're playing more popular music now in these supermarkets. So it's not as bad. But still, you hear the same songs over and over and over and over again. I remember one time, this one store I used to have to go to, and I was stuck there a bunch of weeks in a row. And they playing that, it wasn't Dolly Parton, but the girl sounded like Dolly Parton. And it was that song about dance, or you got to dance, or something like that. Oh, it's driving me nuts. Let's see, I think that needs a little bit more. For whatever reason. I think it was I Hope You Dance, I think it was something like that. And like every 20 minutes, every half hour and a half hour, that same song would cycle around again. There you go. I'm liking the lighter shade here better. Okay. Move around to the other side. Same thing. Blot off the excess. Get in there and paint this trucks up. The cursed soil. Which seems a little bit drippy for today for some reason. Yep. And I agree with you, Steve. Nothing worse than crappy music. You know, I'm a music aficionado. Used to be in radio for a little while. Was a general manager of a local station in Montclair, New Jersey for a short time. And we pride ourselves on new music. Specifically, you know, rock, indie, punk, things like that. So I can't stand like the pop. I can't really stand pop music. I really don't like it. So let's get down here. And knock the excess off. Yeah, I like the lighter color type. So doing radio is how I got used to talking to myself. You're not sure who's listening at any given time. You have no way to get feedback unless somebody calls the station. So, all right. It looks like I smudged a little bit with my fingers here, so let me just clean this up a little bit. And again, this is enamel, so it's still a little bit wet. Once it's dried up, you'll be able to pick the cars up with your fingers and not leave any marks, but it doesn't help that I got dirt all over my fingers too. So paper towel, clean up a little bit. Wash off the block. Yeah, I did see that. The Rat Hole nightclub. Yeah, I saw that. That was pretty cool. This stuff is nice. I know you said you like it, so yeah. All right. I see why you smell better now, Ray. You took a shower. I got it. All right, cool. And clean my fingers off here. All right, I'm going to say this one's just about done. Let's just look at it one more time. Go around the car. Make sure I didn't leave any smudge marks. All right, not bad. Let's go on this side. It looks like I got a couple of smudge marks. Maybe I can... Again, it's still damp that we can go back and touch up if we have to. I'll swipe with a sponge and it gets rid of any mess I made with my fingers. All right. I'll let you guys be the judge. All right, we're looking good. The ends. This side here, there's a little bit more. Inside and out top. Thanks, Steve. Appreciate it. All right, not bad. Yeah, we spent a lot of time talking, which is fine. I like sitting here and just shooting the breeze a little bit while we're working. Appreciate everybody coming out on a weekend night, because this is Friday night. People go out on Friday night too, so you guys stopped in and spent some time with me. I appreciate it. You know, normally on a weekend night I have nothing to do, so I'm kind of glad I'm filling my time in doing this stuff here. Get to share it with you guys. Let's have another drink. Cheers. All right. Yellow is a challenge, Ray. Especially sometimes these Bowser kits. The one hop car I did, it was a maintenance way hopper car. I think it was molded in the yellow, so it wasn't even painted. So I had a little trouble with that. But probably those are the rare occasions I probably would shoot it with some matte coating first, and then weather it. But that's an older kit. That kit's probably from 20 years ago, the one that I did up. That's the one I showed you guys that did the homemade ballast load. These are brand new. These only came out maybe a year or two ago. And I still see them in the hobby shop. I still see them available online. You know, Bowser doesn't do these limited runs. They have them out, you know, produce them for a while. This is a lot better. I think this is not molded into color. This is actually been painted. And even the lettering is better. Lettering is more crisp. It's got the barcode thing on the side there. So they're a little bit more nicely done up. I like these cars. I need to get a few more. I got 2 numbers. I think they had at least 4 numbers they came out with. So, all right. Truck side frames look good. Here we go. We got a weathered car. Ready for my non-existent Penn Central layout. One of these days, I will have a Penn Central layout. I think I mentioned it. Whose Facebook page was it? No, I think Ray, you asked the question about if. No, did you ask the question about GG1 or about Penzi Electrics? I think Ray, you asked the question, and I think I wrote my answer down. One of my future plan is to build a few modules, maybe 2 to 3 modules, depicting South Amboy, the electrical, the end of the electrical line for Penzi, going on to the New York and Long Branch. They did a power swap there for the GG1s for E8s, especially in Penn Central time. And I figured I would use that as a showcase for some of my electric engines, because that's my favorite stuff. I like the GG1s, and I like the E44s and the E33s and the E40s, and it's all stuff that ran in and around South Amboy on the Penzi electrification lines. I also have some Penzi MU cars, the MP54s, the ones that Concord came out with. So every time if I get a good deal on some of those, I buy some. I have some in Penn Central paint, and I have a few in Pennsylvania paint, because some of those MU cars stayed in Penzi paint all the way up until Conrail. They never got painted into Penn Central. So anyway, guys, yeah, I'm pretty sure. You know what, Ray? I'm getting old and forgetful, and I'm having trouble remembering where I see things and where I've said things. So, so it just goes with the territory, I guess. We're getting old, so yeah. So anyway, all right, guys. It's been about an hour and 20 minutes. I guess we'll leave it off here. I appreciate you guys coming out and spending time with me again, this time on a Friday night, but it's Saturday in Japan, don't forget. So it's kind of Saturday, right? It's not Saturday night, but, and I think Japan is ahead of Australia, so Paul's not in the nighttime yet either. He's probably around noontime now, probably. I don't know what Australian Sydney time is. But thanks, guys, for coming out and spending some time with me. Appreciate you giving me encouragement and helping me along here in my quest to get better at weathering and share what I learn with you guys and do it alongside with you. So I'll catch you next week. We should be on Saturday night, barring any other times that I might be forgetting. I looked on my calendar. I'm pretty sure I got nothing going on next Saturday night. I'm going to be at am I going to be at an op session next week? No, I'm not going to be at an op. No, next week, I might not be able to be on Saturday night. I might have to be on Friday night again, guys. We'll see, because we have an operators weekend coming up here in New Jersey. It's an invitational. We have a bunch of guys that are down in Virginia and Maryland. And every other year they host us, and then every other year we host them. And I think next week is the 21st through the 23rd. They're going to be up here. So more than likely, I might be doing Saturday Night Live weathering on Friday night again next week. We'll see. I'll put notice out. I'll put it in the Facebook groups, and I'll put it on the channel page on YouTube. I'll do a little further in advance so people know. So anyway, guys, thanks for being with me tonight, and we'll catch you later. Bye-bye.